Just a beautiful morning here. It is November 5th. Beautiful sunrise going on behind me. Just awesome morning. A little frost on the ground. Just picture perfect morning. Probably the best feeling morning I've hunted so far this year, so we'll see. We're in the same spot we sat last night, which I generally don't like doing, but I set my buddy up in a different stand, and this was the best one for me to go to once we got him in. So we're here. It's a great spot. We usually get some action. This is all just bedding around here, and usually about an hour after light, you start to see some action as the does get back and get settled, and the bucks come with them, and bucks start running through here trying to find does and whatnot. So we got about 20 minutes until we hit that hour mark. So we're going to get situated, sit tight. Hopefully something will happen here in the next half hour or so. We'll see. It's just about noon. That doe and button buck finally got up and moved. They laid there for about 3.5 hours at 47 yards. So they got up and moved back into that, or through that thicket, and I'm not sure where they're going to go, but wouldn't be surprised if I see them again. But it's been pretty slow this morning. They came in and bedded down, and that's been it for me so far. My buddy was hunting on another stand on this end of the farm. He said he saw a couple does in a 6-point this morning, so there hasn't been a whole lot of movement. Felt like a pretty good morning, but they didn't really put on much of a move, so he said it's about noon. I'm gonna put together some sandwich and pop here, try to pass another hour, and then hopefully it'll pick up again as we get to the afternoon. that was pretty exciting. It's about 4:15 right now, but it got real exciting real fast. I had that button buck bedded across the river, and then all of a sudden I could hear something running, and a little doe came running to the end of that thicket, right out to the end of right along the edge of the river. I didn't quite know why. I looked back in there, I could see another deer. Looked back in there was another doe in there. And then all of a sudden behind her I saw a big white rack. And immediately I realized it's the 10-point that I think I saw. I'm pretty sure it's the one I saw here back in early October. And we've gotten a picture of him back in early October as well. And I think a few others over the course of the year. But then all of a sudden he shot out the one side of this peninsula and was standing in the river. And I thought, that's kind of weird. I don't know what that's all about. I heard a grunt. And then he kind of jumped back into the peninsula. And all of a sudden I looked and there was another buck in there, and that's our technically I guess number 2 hitless buck, Halo, but he's kind of number 1 for me. We got I think 3 years of history with him, but all of a sudden he was in there and he was not happy. He was grunting, he was snort wheezing. He ran that other 10 off and then pushed that doe all over that peninsula, crossed the river onto my side of the river, chased her around a little bit on my side, but obviously too far out, and then back onto the peninsula across the river. And now I don't know where they went. They must have gone out the other end of the peninsula, which is unfortunate because that'll keep them on the opposite side of the river for at least for now. So we'll see what happens. It's 5:07. We got, what's that mean? About 45 minutes till dark, and I've spotted Halo again through some of this brush. He's on the next little oxbow part of the river. He's at the end of the river with a doe. I saw the doe first, and he came into view. He's just kind of standing there. With any luck, fingers crossed, she'll bring him this way. We'll see. Well, I'm back in the truck now. I didn't do an exit interview at the tree there. I knew that Halo was still in that general area, so I just packed up quick and got down and got out of there. That tree where I last saw him, you can get down pretty quick, and when you get down to the ground, just the way the river banks are and stuff, once I got down to the ground, I don't think he would have been able to see me. He was pretty far off anyways, but pretty confident I got out of there without him ever knowing I was there, which is awesome. But what a night. I mean, he's my sentimental favorite for sure. We got 3 years of pictures. Just a great buck. And I would have been super, super psyched to get an arrow in him. But just like I said earlier, just seeing him, getting to watch him. I watched him for 3 hours. Grunting, snort wheezing, chasing that other buck, running other little bucks out of there. I mean, unreal. Awesome night. I'll be back up here in a few days, and I'll be thinking about this one until then for sure. But awesome night. Hopefully, I hope you like the footage, and we'll see if we can't get some more footage of Halo here in the near future.